bangs are still a work in progress, but I'm learning. And kind of jumping on the back of the previous message, Mars was coming through, security was coming through, patience, persistence, and practicality were coming through to some degree as well. And all of these cards came out here. So we have the second house, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. And then we have Mars moving forward and defending the self. Earth. So earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. For some reason, I wanted to say Pisces as well. That's not an earth sign, but Pisces somehow connected to the earth signs, I guess. Persistence, patience, and practicality. Practical matters was, I think, one of the messages that came through in one of the readings I did recently. And then the third house, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Okay, so feels like there's some building going on. I'm seeing the laying of the foundation, and this building process has been taking a while. It has been putting you through your paces, whatever you've been working on. Your self-worth may have even been tested by this process, because it's like maybe you didn't see results right away. Maybe you had to keep pursuing it. Maybe you had to be persistent past a certain point where you were prepared to do that. So you just kind of had to keep going, even if the practical details kind of felt like they were taking it all out of you. Maybe even causing you to burn out. You know, too much Mars energy can lead to burnout because we push too hard, too fast. Even if we think we're being practical with what it is that we're creating, and I'm hearing the word birthing, what it is that we're birthing. It's like if it's too hard and too intense too quickly, it can be a little bit painful. But at the same time, if we're not seeing the result of that and we're putting in all this effort, even if we're being really intentional about it, it still may lead to burnout. So there's a message coming here in this reading that feels like it's saying take a different route, or like keep doing the same thing, or hold on, how do I wrap my words around this? Keep doing what the intention was. Keep building the thing. Something about a messaging center I just heard. So like keep contributing energy to that. But I'm also seeing that there's a different way to go about it. So you're still doing the same thing, but you're not doing it in the same way. And the way to go about it here feels like, yes, you're still being practical, but you're adding some flavor into it, or you're adding some spice into it, or you're getting some level of the motivation back. You're able to better kind of like work with the energy so that you're not burning yourself out to the core. Instead, you're renewing and rebalancing yourself as you're doing the work. So in some ways, it kind of feels like making it fun. Like I'm seeing the example, I don't remember where this was. Maybe it was in New York City, but they put a staircase piano into one of these like subway stations. And they measured how many people were willing to go up the stairs, because there were escalators on either side. How many people were willing to go up the stairs before they installed the piano and after. Significantly more people wanted to go up the stairs once the piano was installed, and each step made a different note. Why? Because it's fun. We are willing to do more work when it is fun, because it feels like play, and play doesn't feel as daunting and laborious and heavy as work. So this is the measures that need to be taken right now, especially if you have found yourself in a position where you're lacking energy, or you feel like your power has been reduced in some way. This is the way that you're going to take it back. You're going to do it in a way that is creative and fun, that feels pleasurable to you. This is how you're going to continue to maintain that persistence over a longer period of time. It doesn't have to be fun every day, all day, but it's incorporating that fun strategically to be able to deal with the practical matters in a way that doesn't completely drain and exhaust you. So that's the message coming through. I love it. This actually creates so much more physical security for you because you're not wasting energy doing something really difficult or hard and then losing motivation and having to kind of go back to the drawing board every time that you get discouraged or feel like you can't continue or need to like take some time off or something. Not that there's anything wrong with taking time off, but it's like if this has been a consistent kind of like burnout cycle, that's what's coming through here. This is kind of like the remedy or one of the treatments that could possibly support you or benefit you in this process. Okay, so I also grabbed the dragon deck out because this one called to me. I haven't used this in a while. And something about pleasing something or someone is coming through as well. Pleasing. Something that feels pleasing to you. I'm being shown somebody drinking like a nice fancy little china mug of tea. It feels pleasing. It's not a chore. That's what it feels like. It's not a chore. It's something that you want to do. Okay, so let's get some of these dragon cards out here. What message do you want to say? Okay, we have 2 that fell. Take them all. Okay, thank you. 2 that fell, sorry, 3. Oh, 3 that fell upright and 2 that fell face down. So we'll take the ones that are face up first. Earth and air dragon represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. This is what you're doing. This energy, this message is coming through so strongly. It takes persistence to manifest these things into the physical world, taking it from your mind, and I'm hearing creative venture, but taking it from your mind into the world, doing the actual labor to do that, but I'm hearing labor of love. Stay balanced, ground your visions, move forward, defend and protect what it is you're creating and defend your own energy in the process of doing so. Okay, we also have Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the 5th dimensional ley lines. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. And since the last dragon was talking about balance, and these are both earth and another element, earth and air, earth and fire, almost wanted to say earth and water. Again, earth, water signs could be something significant. It's not really in the cards, but I'm sensing it there. It's important in some way. So since this one's talking about giving and receiving, and the last one was talking about balance, I get this sense that when you're giving overly, like too much, you're doing too much, and you're not receiving anything in return, like you're putting in all this work, but you're not seeing the effort manifest into something tangible, this is where it can become really discouraging. Trust me, I know, I've been there. And I'm getting this message coming through that the way that play works for you is that it gives back to you as you are giving. So you're giving and receiving at the same time. And so it's less about what it is that you're giving or what it is that you're doing and the work you're putting into it. Because again, the work feels like play. So it's not as hard. It's just, yeah, it's there. That's the message. Now we also have White Gold Dragon from Lyra. Connects you to highest Christ energy. Sorry, it says connects you to the highest Christ light. Develop your causal chakra, bathe in 9th dimensional Christ light. I actually was pre-shuffling the deck before pulling these cards and before starting the camera, and this one did come out. I put it back in, and here she is again. White Gold Dragon from Lyra. I'm getting an energy from this card, from this energy, that is like consistent. That's not the right word. Constant. Thank you. Constant. Constancy. There's a feeling of like, I can rely on this energy. I know it's always going to be there. It's not in short supply. I can keep coming back to it, filling myself up and working with that. And I'm also hearing the word extravagant. Something about extravagant ends. I don't know what that's referring to or what that means in context here or otherwise, but extravagant ends. Okay. And the word highest is jumping out at me as well. So extravagant, highest, tall, in the sky, There's something about like elevation through levels that I'm seeing. Oh yeah, I did use those stairs as a reference. I'm just realizing now, but I was just seeing like floors in an apartment building going all the way up. Okay, now the ones that were face down, we have Omega Dragon, harnesses the divine feminine power of creation. Intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness. I did mention birthing because I was getting that channeling through. And holding your vision seems to be an important thing because as you hold it, you ground it. You have both of those messages here. Hold your vision, ground your vision. Omega Dragon. And I'm hearing anything is possible. And then right after I heard that, I heard make it possible. Anything is possible, make it possible. So it's like tapping into this unlimited creation core reality, this unlimited creation source. And being able to tap into that through fun, through play seems to be the way to move energy through and to you and into this project, whatever this is that we're talking about. And then lastly, we have Crystal Yellow Dragon, opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the spiritual path. Okay, so one of them is talking about the causal chakra, which I think is above the crown chakra. I'm not too well versed in outside of the body chakras. I primarily work with the main 7. But these are upper chakras. That's the sensation that I'm getting. Crown chakra is at the top of the head. Again, it's elevation. It's these higher levels. If we're looking at the body as, I'm hearing the basement. Okay, that would be like the root chakra, because I'm imagining, again, this like apartment building or this skyscraper. The basement, the foundation is the root chakra. The further you go up towards the top, the penthouse and what's above the penthouse are these upper chakras, these upper energy centers. So there's this like clear vision and being able to see really, really far out at a distance to be able to understand what it is you want to shape and create. And now I'm being shown an eagle soaring through the sky with the wind in its wings and like directionally moving its feathers. But I'm hearing the word talons, which are their like claws on their feet. Talons. What are talons for? I guess for like grabbing things, right? Picking things up. You can be up in the sky and then you can swoop down and pick something up. And I just got drawn back to 3rd house, and 3rd house does have to do with flight, messengers, communication, long or more short distance travel. But I'm just getting like messenger energy from the eagle, from birds in general. Messenger. But this doesn't feel necessarily like you're the only one or the only sole purpose of this is to deliver a message, because there's something that you're picking up, that you're grabbing with those talons, that you're picking up off the ground and raising it up higher, like you're bringing it from the ground up into the sky with you, because that's where you belong. I just heard, because that's where you belong. You belong in the sky. Okay, where do you want me to go next? Back in with the astrology deck. Okay, thank you. What else do we need to know here? Okay, we have the sign of Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. Safety and defense are also part of this. Something about a mission statement is coming through as well, and it's like being able to protect, nurture, hold the vision of that mission statement. What it is that you're trying to do here, why it is that you're doing it. Going back to your why can be reinvigorating as well. Reinvigorating. But I also just heard the word rehabilitation. Perhaps you are reworking something in your mission statement, changing it so that it better suits your current goals, your current needs, and even the current outcome that you'd like to see from this. Whatever it is you're creating, whatever it is you're doing. That's going to be very protective, especially as it relates to things that you value, because I'm being drawn to that 2nd house energy again of possessions, physical security, material values, and how those things are connected to self-worth, yes. But I'm seeing it here as if you are creating a mission statement I'm hearing like house for the soul. Whatever this mission statement is, somehow it's connected to the house for the soul. That is going to better protect what you value. And I'm hearing bless you. Did somebody sneeze or something about achoo and then bless you? But I heard bless you first and then I saw the sneeze. So maybe something is like out of order and that doesn't match up with the values. And maybe there's a different way of approaching it so that it's in succession, or maybe that it's more practical. But it's connected to those material values as well. So let me get a clarifier on that. No, different deck. Thank you. Which one? Going in with the tarot. On the split, we have the High Priestess and the Two of Pentacles, balancing these higher vibrational energies, bringing them down to earth, grounding them, but also picking them up. Things that have become too heavy or weighed down, picking those up and bringing them skyward. So it is both. It's not one or the other, because we're talking about balance here. And so adjustment does need to be made on both sides. That's really going to help this material value, because that's what Two of Pentacles talks about. Creating that physical security. Having the balance, and I'm hearing working something out, working it out, or having it work out. Okay, so let me clarify more on these material values and what you're supposed to know about this. Queen of Pentacles, yeah, okay. She's the queen of values. She's the queen of material possessions, physical comfort. I just heard something about notions of what? Notions of material manifestation. That's what Spirit just said. Notions of material manifestation. And there's something about like this higher vibrational frequency that's helping you figure out how this works. And then I just got brought back to, where was it? One of these dragons was talking about ley lines. Okay, here it is. The Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the 5th dimensional ley lines. And the Queen of Pentacles is Earth. It's earth sign energy, but I'm seeing it connected to the earth, the physical earth. So you could be working on lifting the vibration of the area that you are in, quite literally, like you're picking it up and pulling it up with you as you adjust this notion of material manifestation to match your values, to match your mission statement, and to renew that mission statement. So if you're happy with the mission statement you already had, renew that, recommit to that, reflavor it with more fun, spice it up, and see how that goes. And then for those of you who feel like maybe your mission statement has changed in some way, that's going to be beneficial to reassess, because you're going to be able to nurture and protect and create out of that. I'm hearing birth again, and I just realized that Cancer is associated with the mother archetype. So you're going to be able to birth this into life and have that masculine energy protect it, build it, structure it, where that feminine energy is feeling it, healing it. I just heard as well, healing it and creating it, bringing it into the world. So beautiful balance happening here. I'm hearing the word assessment. What are you assessing? Practical details and physical values, definitely. On the bottom, we've got the King of Wands. Very Mars, martial type energy. So taking action, feeling the strength of that power, protecting what's needing to be protected or what's necessary. Being able to muster the motivation to be able to do the things that you want to do. And again, because you are enjoying it, it makes it easier to do it. Because what do we tend to avoid in life? Things that we don't like, that don't feel good. It's more difficult to muster motivation to do those things. And then I just heard faith of a mustard seed. And I'm being dropped down, brought back down to the move forward. So maybe there's kind of like this lofty vision and you look at it from up above, and then you got to drop it down, anchor, bring that power down with you, make it practical, start taking those physical actions, and then you start to see the uptick again. So it's like you're taking high vibration, bringing it, grounding it, not lowering it, but you're anchoring it or stabilizing it physically, and then being able to see that progress. Okay, and I'm hearing harvest and abundance. And then we have 3 more cards that just came out. The Green Man, which is the Fool in this deck. The Lord and the Lady. Actually, I reversed that. The Lady and the Lord. which is the Lover's card, and the Oak King, which is the Hanged Man. So you've got 3 major arcana. We've got the Fool here, and I'm hearing blessing of the Fool. What is the blessing of the Fool? Freedom. The archetype of the Fool, they go and do what they want to do. That's why they're free, because they really don't care if they're seen as a fool. They're committed to what they're doing because it makes them feel good. They're also very playful, very young type of energy or archetype. So working again with that notion of third house, childhood relations, early learning, and being able to communicate and express in a fun and playful way. As we can see in this card, there's people playing music and dancing and just basically like having a good time together. And that doesn't feel like work. That feels like a lot of fun. And it gets shit done. I just keep getting that. It gets things done. So that's good. Then we've got the Lady and the Lord. And I'm hearing make it a mission statement. And I'm being brought back to this message of the balancing of the duality of masculine, feminine polarity. But I'm also noting that in the traditional tarot, the Lover's card can often be about making a decision, making a choice, a definitive choice, and then sticking with it. And I'm hearing the word commitment. Now, I'm also getting a message from this card about love, and not just romantic love or platonic love, but like the energy of love itself. The energy of this higher vibration, basically, which we could summarize as love, but it's so many different things. And I'm being shown the colors of the rainbow and the morphing, shifting colors of the aurora borealis. And we have the Oak King, the Hanged Man. Something was flipped, something was reversed, something was upside down. And you as the eagle, I'm seeing the eagle again flying, you as the eagle are able to kind of swoop down, and maybe you're picking something up so that you're putting it the way that it needs to be positioned. Okay, my eye line just got drawn over to the archetypes. One of the favorites here on the channel. This channel, for some reason, absolutely loves the archetypes deck by the Wild Unknown. Like, I can't go through one reading basically without using it. Maybe there's been a few, but this is the one that draws me the most. So what archetype is this? The Village. The Village. Okay. I'm hearing the word service, and then I heard grounding. Grounding that service through or into the community. Third house can also have to do with your neighbors, your immediate community. Not necessarily family, that's more fourth house, but like where you live and who you're connected to and who you see on a daily basis, like at the coffee shop or your literal neighbors and things like that. I keep seeing that apartment building, so it's kind of like that. Like there's multiple different units in this apartment building, and I'm hearing complex, apartment complex. Or maybe this is a complex situation that needs to be simplified. But the Village feels like a supportive energy to me. Sometimes this card can talk about, I'm hearing new narrative, sometimes this card can talk about difficulties breaking away from conventional thinking and feeling confined or boxed in by the Village, and where those limitations may be creating some level of resistance. If that is the case, the Fool is helping you break out of that, because the Fool is seen as a fool because the Village doesn't understand him. They don't understand his nomadic lifestyle or his way of just shirking the conventions because they don't suit him, they don't feel good to him, and they don't really resonate or vibrate at that level that he wants to be at or needs to be at. So that could be part of it. But I'm getting this supportive energy coming through from the Village, so it actually feels more like the Village is on your side. The Village has your back. The Village is there supporting you. And your role is to continue doing whatever you're doing. Maybe it is some kind of, I'm hearing level-headed. Maybe it is some kind of service that you provide to other people. And I'm being shown putting a ruler on top of the head. Like a flat head, level-headed. What? That is funny. It's a ruler balancing on top of the head. And then I'm hearing concave skull, but it's like, it's a rounded skull, but it's balanced on top. Oh, balance, right, balance. That is just such a funny imagery that that Spirit is showing me. But Spirit has a really great sense of humor. They really do. So I love that. Okay, now there's one more that just fell out. We've got the Sword. I keep being shown making a decision, cutting through red tape, being concise or decisive, and communication does seem to be some aspect or a side of this communication. And I'm hearing communication cues, and I'm being shown level-headed again. Okay. Do you want me to talk about those? No, we don't need to. Okay. I kind of pulled out 2 cards there, and I felt a no, but there was some curiosity. But sometimes I will get a no, and I just have to honor that, even if my human mind is curious. Maybe there's something about that. Maybe that's connected somehow. I'm getting practical details again. Okay, and then we have the Seed and the Medallion. The Seed and the Medallion. Interesting combo. Did I show you the Sword? I think I did. I can't remember now. The Medallion and the Seed. I want to read the Medallion. That's the one that's really drawing me in. So let's find it. The Amulet, the Talisman, the Heirloom. The passing on of sacred objects is an ancient ritual within families. Between lovers, okay. The village could also be family as well. And in tribes across the globe. The tribe card came up in the last reading that we did here. The go ahead, go for it, take action. That was this feels like it's again like kind of piggybacking off of that energy. It's connected. Okay, we gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material value. Material values. Maybe this is inherited because I did instinctively put the Cancer card on top of this second house card, and I was reminded that Cancer rules that mother archetype. And it's like something you inherited, some values that you inherited, either energetically or materially, or both. Okay. I can't seem to get through one line or one sentence without it connecting to something wildly here. Hold on. Okay. Where was I? We gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. That's literally what I just said. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yet when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. When the Medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. And I'm hearing the expectations of the village. And something about marks the spot. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect, and why? Is there an object... Whoa. I just got like in the pie in the face for some reason. Hold on. Is there an object you have held onto for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it is time to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. We talked about values in the last reading. It came up here with house 2, and now it's here with the medallion. Confirmation upon confirmation about confirmation. So there's a lot of value here, but a lot of it is manifesting directly as a result of your values, not just the material values that you hold, but your core values. And I keep being brought like it's centering around love. And if those values are very much centered on love, and to a lesser degree, but still vitally important to have freedom sort of surrounding that love and the expression and the giving and receiving of it. Oh, let me fix my hair. It's going to bug me now that I saw that. It's going to help to change how something is growing, because I just was drawn to the seed, and then I looked over and the earth has these roses. So it's like the seed gets planted in the right garden, in the right way, with the right soil. It's all nice and tilled, and it's in the right season. so that way you're going to get a result. Because if you plant the wrong seed in the wrong soil at the wrong time, nothing's going to come of it. And I'm hearing something about you are being prepared. You are being prepared to plant the seed of growth that will sustain you over a lifetime. You will make a legacy, and this legacy will provide for your children, your kin, your village for years to come. Be prepared, dear one. Be prepared. Sorry. Ooh, okay. So that was direct channel, and then when it came through, they like hit me with this jarring love. Okay, I'm gonna need a minute. Like, it felt like a punch to the chest in a good way. It was like a punch with love in the chest. It's the best way I can describe it. It was intense, okay? Okay. Read the seed. They said that. Read the seed. Okay. I will then. The beginning. The origin. The pearl. Beginnings come in many forms. They are not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. Origin stories, like any birth story, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a central image or detail that represents the fully formed being. Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning, or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow this imaginal theory or not, know that when this card appears, there is potent generative energy all around. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling. I'm being drawn back to Mars again. It's if too much Mars energy can make us feel really riled up with nowhere to put that energy. It's like restlessness, and it can even manifest as anxiety. So it needs a cathartic outlet or a practical outlet in some way. Pay particular attention to what agitates you, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. And that they're saying, be prepared again, be prepared. So some level of this may initially show up as agitation, but don't be fooled. The fool, pun intended. Don't be fooled, because it's not agitation that's indicating that something is wrong. It's not resistance that's telling you don't go this way. It's agitation that's saying, hey, something big is coming, and you can feel it. And like when you're excited for something big to happen, it's coming. You're kind of on the edge of your seat. You're on tenterhooks. The talons again are coming up. I don't know how that's connected there, but they showed me that again. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes to be. The faith of a mustard seed, the grit to continue, the perseverance to overcome any manifested or imaginal challenges and limitations. You are better able to create this physical security because you are willing to do what it takes. And you're coming from a place that is aligned with that outcome. Serving the seed, I'm hearing serving the seed. So you're there to nurture that seed, to help it to grow in a way that both supports you and the future of what that seed will become. So when in the light, the seed is generative, fertile, germinating, and building. And they keep showing me those buildings, and I'm just realizing right now it's like literally about building. It's a building, and you're building. When dark, it is festering, stewing, and dormant. To go deeper, James Hillman's acorn theory in The Soul's Code. And then it says, the true seed is elusive. If we follow any story toward its origin, it spirals farther and farther back in time. In this way, we are always the seed and always the fruit that it bears. One of the alchemist's favorite images was the pearl. The irritant over time becomes the treasure. What is your grit? What is your grit? What is your mission statement? What are you doing to get that mission statement into reality? What are the practical details of that? Think about all of that. If you want to increase the manifestation power of that, share it with the village. It's not always the right thing to share things. Sometimes we need to sit with ideas because sharing them will release dopamine, and then we're less likely or less motivated to do it. But if you're already fully pursuing this, if you're already invested in this and you feel like some outside accountability or mutual support, camaraderie could be helpful, then the village is here to back you up, okay? And this right here is the village, this community. This is a grounded space. This is a practical zone. Yes, it's online, but we're here connecting nonetheless. Third house also rules social media and online networks too, by the way. So sharing with the village here could be helpful. I will send blessings towards these projects if Spirit deigns to allow me to do so. I do everything that is coming from that higher will. So if something doesn't feel quite aligned, I just won't do it. But if it does, boom, the blessings are there. And I'm being shown the achu and the bless you again. Achu, bless you. So there is blessings here from the village coming in to help this seed to grow, because that seed, I'm seeing a community garden and an apartment building again. It's like that seed is going to feed the entire community. Okay, that's the message. That's the message, guys. I will leave it there. I hope it was beneficial. I hope it proves fruitful, that whatever seed that you are planting, or maybe it's a whole garden, may your manifestations be aligned with your highest truth and the highest of all on this planet, on this earth. I love you guys so much. Stay grounded, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.